Get down and try. Work it all out this lifetime. Work it all out this time. I can let it all pass me by.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Happy Thursday, guys. And happy Imperfect Women finale. But was it? Because word on the street is they may be trying to come back with a season 2. But come on in, y'all. Let me know immediately how you rank this finale, how you rank this overall season on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being this was butt booty garbage. 10, this was chef's kiss. This was their magnum opus over here. I want to know your ratings in the chat. Dom, how are you? Tyra, how are you? We'll start with Dom. Are you ready? Are you ready to get into it?
I'm so ready to get it over with. I'm so glad this. I'm so glad the show is done. I'm so glad the show is done. I know the end of the season kind of redeemed itself, or started to redeem itself for y'all. Well, y'all said last episode was so
I'm
good.
talking about this episode.
Oh no, God, little child. But this, I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready to get into it because this talking about it with y'all is the only reason I still watch this
show. And what's your rating on a scale of 1 to 10, Dom? And drop it in the chat, y'all. Talk back.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Oh, overall season a 4?
Yeah, or the whole season 4. This episode is a 2.
Tyra, how are you today? And what did you think overall? What would be your rating for the season and then for this episode?
I'm okay. And this episode, probably going to give it a 7. Overall season, I'm going to give it a 6. This episode, maybe that's the issue. I didn't feel complete. But if you're saying they're trying to come back with some more, I didn't know that there was any more to give, but if they said there's some more, that's cool. But this season has been a choice overall.
It definitely has. For me, overall, I'm probably going to give it a 7.2 overall. This season was a 4, a 3.5, 4 on a scale of 10 for me. Just because it was so unsatisfying. It was so anticlimactic for me. I just, but we're going to get into it. Overall thoughts and drop it in the chat, you guys. I see a couple of y'all. Tremaine says 7.5. C Golden says a 5. Aisha says 5. Venus, the Flytrap said 7 this episode, 5 for the series. Okay, I see it. I see the consensus here. I see where we're going. Tyra, I'm going to start with you. Overall episodes of The Bridge.
The Bridge? That's what it was called?
That was the title.
I don't know. Mama, Shirley, Ralph, you will not roll up and have me accountable for sleeping with people's husbands. Cheryl, you better roll up and tell me what I want to hear as my black mama. You better coddle me as my black mama. Don't nobody roll up and tell me no truths. I said, Terry, please. Please. This was, I don't know. All of a sudden, stakes were high. There were murder plots. The show has went through so many motions. Like, all of a sudden, David Howard is a hitter in real life. Like at this point, you dumber part 5. Like this, this is. I didn't expect for us to end up here. I don't know. They still got to this point when I thought overall, in the end, we would acknowledge that we were never really friends and we never cared about each other. But they're still trying to sell it that these ladies are dear friends. My best friend, I loved her so much. We have to do this for Nancy. We went through this for Nancy. I did this to Nancy and I acknowledged it. And it's making us better overall that we can be honest as people. And now we're stronger than ever. What? My girlfriends. It wasn't that. It was not my girlfriends. I don't know what's up with these people. They are awful. But if we're going to roll into what you're saying is the second season and have some conflict, because what you doing over there with Robert? what y'all hanging out? What's happening? Like, what's that? I'm kind of here for it a little bit, but I'm not, because y'all tricked us. Y'all said that this was a one and done, and you started off all crappy, and then you want to bring it home near the middle and then end off with what is that, velvet? This isn't velvet. I don't want that. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, but word on the street is if Apple TV will greenlight it, the creators, Elizabeth Moss, all of them are ready and willing to come back for a season 2. And honestly, if you're seeing the trend lately, there's been a lot of limited series that they've been converting into multiple season series. Dom, how do you feel about that? And what were your overall thoughts of episode 8, The Bridge?
Listen, if they extend this to a season 2, they better not take any budget away from an Apple TV show that need another season. You better not take $1 away from Foundation. You better not take $1 away from Silo. Leave my shows that need another season or deserve another season.
Take that money away from Foundation.
Don't you do with no Foundation slander about you. I'm not dealing with you today. But I actually felt like the end of the episode was fine to me. Only because it was like, yes, we've been saying this whole show that y'all not really friends, and it ends with the birthday party notification coming up on Kerry Washington's phone, and she not there. Like they at the end of the season, they not friends. Like she with her family. She went and she did what Elizabeth Moss told her to do. She went and got her family and stopped leeching off everybody else, and then Alfred June is about to go and finally actually live a life. She's gonna stop hiding behind the glass and looking at everybody else live a life. She's gonna start sleeping with somebody else's husband. This is we getting back into our old things now. And I felt like, great, these imperfect women are gonna continue to be imperfect, just separately. But the episode was okay. If you were in film school and you were getting graded on like how to plot a story and how to set up a shot and how to light, it was great for all of those things. But as a finale for this murder mystery, Apple TV high concept show, it was doo-doo. like we said last season, I said there's no way on God's green earth that Scott has any culpability whatsoever. That was the dumbest red herring I've ever seen at the end of an episode. And lo and behold, Scott's just there just to be there. Like there was no emotional gratification, no emotional growth for Nancy of Scott return. Like Scott coming back to the present had no consequence or meaning whatsoever other than, see, he could have did it. That was the only and so the emotional arcs for all of these characters and where we ended up was kind of pointless. I mean, I don't think we learned really any lessons other than hard evidence is necessary to prove somebody committed a murder. That's all we learned.
So overall, like I said, I didn't enjoy this. I really felt like we were just 1, 2, 3 ABC to get us to the end and who did it. And I really feel like there was room to add some nuance into the conversation. I really feel like it being Howard was like the easy choice. I really would have loved it if it was Marcus. I really would have loved if we kind of had this off the wall story outside of it that didn't kind of go along that, crime ABC method, right? Just jealous because you didn't want to be with me anymore. I think that's where I was lost in it. I was also lost with the side mission. Now, I want Mother to always get a check, but y'all really brought Cheryl Lee Ralph over here for 2 minutes to play just to be fine. And go back to your friends, baby, and give some bad advice. Because really, why would you send her back over there with them friend groups, But she was beautiful. I was here for that. But what are we doing? The whole thing with Mary and Robert, to me, was very strange. It was very ill-fitting. I was like, okay, it never gave. You wanted this man. Now you creeped up smiling like, this is what I wanted the whole time. When I said I was Mrs. Hennessy, this is what I meant. Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
You see the materials? You see the lands? Do you see the grounds? And I just feel like I just feel like there was a way to build up to this to make it satisfying. And for me, it just wasn't over here. And y'all know they had got me with the last 2 episodes. I was here for it. But now let's get over here because we know Howard got locked up. He was in the Pinta, honey. And she was up there. I didn't do it. I promise. Oh, God, he's going to beat me. I promise. I did not call them people on you. I made a promise. I don't even have my cell phone anymore. You took it. Remember, you put it in that box up in the closet. I did not call them people. Howard, do not take this on me. I just want my family back. I just want my kids. I just want all that. He goes to the Pinta and he gets out and immediately he's like, oh, I know it's you. You could have had it all. You could have had a contender. We could have been in Ohio. We didn't have to deal with any of this. I'm taking them. I'm taking these kids. Immediately, we see Marcus and Mary at DCFS, and it's like he's a terror. Okay, I need full custody because my babies can't be with him. Artemis Fowl and my other child cannot be alone with him in that house. Marcus is like, I'll watch and I'll do my best, just looking like a degenerate gambler and a drug dealer. They made him look like this for no reason. It really pisses me off because why didn't he have like an evil streak? Why wasn't he, kicking puppies and doing stuff? Like, I just really don't like how they play with Marcus. He could have been somebody. And so we're having this conversation and they're like, well, ma'am, if we do this, we're going to have to go to court, right? I can't just arbitrarily give you custody. After all, she took your unprescribed Addies and almost died. This is not the situation. So now we're going to be entering into a custody hearing, and I have a slide for that. But Dom, I'm going to start with you. He's a terror. I need custody. Well, ma'am, do you have documentation of any of these things that you're alleging? Well, no, but talk to me about their appeal.
I'm gonna say this for this and two other occasions that I know we're gonna talk about later on. So I'm just gonna repeat myself, but I'm tired of, like, this is not the 90s. This is not the early 2000s when your ignorance and your emotional distress can overtake your ignorance. Like, Law and Order SVU been out for 100 years. That he said, she said is not finna work here because he didn't already took the kids. Like, you making all these wild claims and you got a shred of evidence. You ain't never made a report. You ain't never sent a text that got a picture of a brute. You don't have nothing. And then this slimy, good for nothing, prepubescent child is gonna wait till now to be like, he cheats on mom. You thought I didn't know, but I knew. Well, what? Why you just wait till now to bring this up? When they was grabbing your sisters, why didn't you say that? Like, if you knew your dad was crazy, say something. See something, say something. Her character, this whole episode irritated my soul because, again, it's just hysterical women being hysterical without any nuance, without any depth, without any context. You're just being hysterical because we need energy in the scene, and we was like, just go crazy. I felt like this was like I said, one of Dick Van Dyke's friends. They're just like, just go crazy, see, and then just he was directing a scene from like 1930. This was ridiculous, and so I was rolling my eyes. Every time they talk to a cop or a lawyer, every time in this episode, I was just rolling my eyes. It was ridiculous.
Not hysterical women, Dom. You gonna stop calling these women hysterical? She's losing her babies. Her babies are her life, Dom. This is the one time I said, okay, Mary, you
ain't got no life.
Tyra, talk to me about the hysterical women of it all. And, hey, he's a terror. He's been terrorizing us for years. I need my children.
I said, in these events in the criminal justice system, I said, what is going on? It's the SVU episode. I feel like they're setting it up for these two to be in cahoots all along, and it's like some season 2 grand reveal. It's like they're trying to leave it open-ended because the way he popped in, he beats her, right? He cheats on her all the time. Yep. Is that enough? Is that going to do anything? Like, yeah. Do you have any proof? The way that the authorities hate women, I say, if that's the point that they were trying to get across between that detective and this moment here about custody, it's like, yeah, but I mean, do you have any proof? Did you tell anybody? But we see these events all the time. It's your word against his, and unfortunately, Mary has put all the cards against her as to why she would be an unfit parent. We got the box of evidence. You have the Adderall. We hear about an incident later, how she almost semi-lost custody before because she had the little baby in the backseat and stuff. Like, you created this hole and you're drowning, and then you expect for somebody to just hear you out. It was like, I'm a white woman and this is happening. Don't you hear me? It's like, well, yeah. Regardless of how terrible Howard is, you are an unfit parent. It's like, but I still only started the Adderall just a few minutes ago. Like, but that don't matter, Mary. That doesn't matter. You and Howard like are equally yoked as far as being trash. It's like, but I've been consistent and present longer. Those girls are my life. Did I leave them with this degenerate Howard? Yes. Did I know that he was a trash ass husband? Yes. Does it look like he beats me on Saturdays and gives me a break on Tuesdays? Yes. Was I high out of my mind with my pupils dilated off of Adderall? Yes. But I do the puppet shows and I cut up the apples. Like, so Mary, that's not enough. Like, I didn't know what they wanted me to do with this. They really wanted us to feel sorry for Mary. And I'm like, Mary, I see you, girl, but you did this to yourself. And when you did this and you were sneaking off, all ducked off in hotel rooms, you weren't thinking about your children. When you were popping them addies, you were not thinking about your children. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to do with this.
Oh Lord. And so as we go along the thing, we have to go to court now. But first I had to go get Robert. Now, well, I don't know. Maybe I don't have that slide in there. But anyway, I had a slide where she went to go see Robert because I need a character witness. No one else is here. Eleanor is left because, I went back to him. I would have moved to heaven and earth for you, Mary, had you just stayed with the plan. I didn't know they were coming right then to take him away. They did it in front of the kids. All of that. So anyway, we appealed to Robert, and Robert's like, get the hell out of my face. What am I going to do? In that meeting, and we'll find out later, we find out that Scott, aka Bullseye's been arrested. But first, we need to have this custody trial. Because now it's time to get to the truth of the matter. And who pops out but Howard's ex-wife? The one he done pushed down the stairs. And she came to tell the truth and to wreak havoc and get her vengeance. Because listen, you would never do this to me, sir. Yes, he beat me every day. Would you say, Tyra, he beat her every day, but Saturday gave her a break on Tuesday? He beat me down. He told me my life was over without him, that I was nothing without him. It was his pleasure all day long. He beat me. And he's sitting there like, well, lawyer, get up and do your one. Of course, we get Mary up there. Yeah, you're addicted to Adderall. Your daughter almost died. You're an unfit parent. You look bloated in those Little House on the Prairie dresses. I don't like your face. All right. And so get out of my courtroom. Ultimately, the kids are going to the state. Neither one of you are fit. The kids are going to be in the foster care. Eleanor tried to get up there. And it was like, were you aware that she forgot her kids at the sit-go up the street and left them there for an hour before she remembered she left them? Well, yeah, but that was just, well, what about that other time? She abandoned them in the bathroom, in the outhouse, like on 3 Women. And we never heard from them again. Were you there? Did you know about that one? Well, yeah, but those were one-offs. Mary loves her kids. But she apparently has a history of abandoning them random places or forgetting that they're there. These kids need to be in state custody. I don't think there's anyone at this moment who can properly parent them. I think that Mary needs to be in a 21-step program, as well as a 90-day rehab inpatient. Is it 21 steps? What is it?
12.
It's 12. Anyway, she needs a step program. All right. She needs a step program, and she needs a certificate of completion at a rehab, I fear, before the kids need to go back with her. And of course, we don't need any child alone with Howard. What I'm really perturbed about is the fact it doesn't seem at any point that we tell the authorities that he's the one who literally hand fed these babies the Adderall. I'm really confused about that whole, and why he never is held accountable for that. But at the end of the day, Tyra, state custody for the kids. Did you agree with this decision? And how did you feel about the proceedings? Child, I thought it was 21. No, I'm not.
I thought they was. She said, "Ho, you need 21 steps." I thought they were gonna, give him to Kizzy. I thought they was gonna give him to Aunt Eleanor. I thought, they was gonna, what? Come on in,
Kizzy.
Gal, come on over here, Kizzy, because you know how they've been treating her throughout the show. I thought they was gonna tell her to come on down to the big house and take care of the kids. So I didn't know what was happening. I was like, oh, I thought they was gonna give them to Auntie Eleanor. But we don't want the kids to go to the state like that. I thought it was given to Eleanor. A lot of the times, not all the time, the state and them being wards can be even worse predicaments than what we're getting here. But it was like, I said, damn, Mary, you got a public defender? Ain't nobody? Why are there no ducks in in a row. You couldn't afford a better lawyer. Like, if not, I know Eleanor has some ducats to get you right with somebody. It was like, well, were you? It's like, no further question. I was like, girl, you don't got no, you don't want to cross-examine the witness. They said, no, our smoking gun is old ex-wife. And then they brought her in there like, yeah, you think? I was like, oh, that was your ace in the hole? Like, y'all didn't expect that, did you? I was expecting something because y'all wasn't doing nothing to defend Mary's character. Y'all weren't doing anything. There's just no real like friendship here. The fact that that lady sat there in custody and said, you need some character witnesses that can attest to who you are, who've known you a very long time, and the show can't be your son. It was like, Robert. That's the girl. What? What? Just because you had that little moment with Eleanor, if y'all friendship is all that you say it is, there was no reason that you couldn't reach out to her anyway. Because if it's about you and those kids, Auntie Eleanor is going to show up. She's like, no, we're not talking right now. So Robert, if you could just come on. I need somebody. Say, oh, you must be desperate. You brought your ass up in here. Absolutely. But baby, when we got here, I mean, the fact that the ex-wife could come in here and make the room shake more than you ever could, I was waiting for someone to acknowledge, like, even though I'm out of my mind, my stash for my Adderall is on the top tier corner shelf in the kitchen. My kids couldn't reach that. So are we not going to discuss how we're feeding my baby Adderall like Skittles? No, there was no defense. It was just like, well, yeah, she came in here and said that he's abusive. He's always been that. He's a shell, a little tiny man. And yeah, well, since she said it, it must be gold. Yeah, we're going to not give either one of you custody and we're going to do X, Y. I'm like, okay. I was like, just get the keys to Kizzy so we can get out of here. Please.
I think the issue with that, because I think that was brought up last episode, and they said that she was unfit as well because she had this improper relationship with Nancy's husband. And remember, it was the whole thing, the daughter on social media. So Eleanor was hot to try at the moment too. So they said she wouldn't have been a good candidate. Dom, talk to me. State custody, was this the right decision for the kids? And what did you think of the proceedings?
Yes, this was definitely the right decision. I was like, yes, thank you. Because a rundown halfway house for these kids is better than these two wackos. But I wish this scene had picked a lane. That's what I would wish. Either it wanted to be really realistic, a really realistic portrayal of a custody battle, or it wanted to be a high drama TV show. And it was neither, because you can't tell me, one, that I can't swallow my pride and let Eleanor pay for a real lawyer. Because there's no way a real lawyer how is they bringing up all this stuff in your past that we all know about and we ain't prepped nobody for? We didn't know these questions was coming. We didn't know that you was gonna ask Eleanor about the gas station. We talking, and I know we had 4 days because he had an expedited trial and he pushed things through. I don't know why you can't pay a lawyer to push things back. File a contingency. I done seen 30,000 lawyer shows. Ask for continuance. I don't know what that means, but I know you could ask for one. And but we didn't prep. Nobody was prepared for any questions. No cross-examination prep at all. And then on top of that, if you're gonna be realistic, surprise witnesses don't just come. You got to put that on the list. Everybody know who the witness is. The witness can't just walk in the door and be like, surprise. But that's a real courtroom. So let's go TV, high drama TV. I'm good with that if it's entertaining. And still no, because why didn't we cross-examine Robert? We didn't put Mary on the stand. We can't put the man on the stand. We can't get him angry. We
the
can't
show hates women. Don't.
I was
the
just
show
waiting.
written by women for women hates women.
I was waiting for a poor man's rendition of A Few Good Men, where he got Robert Howard so riled up that he just turned red and exploded. I was like, oh yeah, see, nothing. This was the most boring courtroom appearance I've ever seen in my life, and it was a waste. And I just wish something would have happened. You could have skipped this. You could have been like, they taking both the kids, and we could have just got that in some expedition. I didn't need the courtroom scene for that because nothing happened. And then this lady comes in his ex-wife and says nothing. Like, I know it's a custody battle, so you don't really need evidence. You're just getting testimony and character witnesses. But you just put her on the stand to insult him. He threw me down the stairs one time after 8 years, but he was a small, weak little man. Like, okay, but what did he do? What did he do? How did he manipulate you? What did he make you think? And what did he do? Show how creepy and manipulative and twisted he is. Nothing. He was just he repulsed me, but he charmed me out of the repulsion. That sounds like a Saturday night. That sounds like everybody who done bought you a drink and took you home. That don't mean predator to me. I don't see it. And so you have to explain it to me.
I thought there were going to be like a line of women that, because they made it very clear, like, this is what Howard has been doing for the majority of his career.
It's supposed to be a pattern.
I was like, where is everybody else?
Or what the other people he was cheating with while he was married? Because Mary wasn't the first one. He was just the one that he wifed up.
I know.
But nothing. We can't get nobody else from the college who saw all of this. No other students. We just here. I was so over it.
Now we get over here, the side mission, the side quest, if you will, just to show how rich Eleanor really is and her people, and how they got the black butler, they got Jeffrey over there. And Auntie just came to slay. I said, okay, if y'all just wanted her over here just to slay the girls really quick and give a quick, cute 1-2, I'm not mad. Like I said, I want to see Cheryl Lee Ralph in everything. I would love to see her in more dramatic roles. I love her on Abbott. You know, we love Miss Barbara, but I would love to see her in more dramatic capacities. But for me, I was like, why y'all do this? Like, why? Like, really, Eleanor? Well, I needed my family because all them fake ones over there, they don't really love me, mama, like you do. And so we have this conversation at the table around friendship. But first, I got to check you because you did sleep with that lady husband, Ellie, baby. Like, let's call a thing. But I'm not judging you, daughter. I love you. However, I don't want you to be me. I want to be a better man than me. That's what I want for you, baby, because I've lived my whole life, and the person I love most in the room, I can't even have a simple lunch with them. Like, you know, I love you, girl, but it was never that. Go back to them people because they're a better fit, because I got business to handle. You see me on the phone. Why did you come in here with this foolishness? And I said, now, Auntie, why would you send her back into this possibly dangerous situation of all the things to tell your black daughter about this circle of whites down there in all stages and all manners of distress and unalivings and all of that? That'd be the last place I would send you. I said, where's the brother? Where's Leslie at? He ain't been back since. He was the only one to me speaking sense, basically saying, Eleanor, listen, a lot's gone on over there with them people. I think it's best you take a break. I think maybe you take a trip because nobody is your real friend. And I really hate that they had mama over here acting like she had no discernment. You knew them girls wasn't that girl, this lady's friend. Mary's not her friend. Nancy for damn sure wasn't her friend. These are not friends. Tyra, talk to me about Auntie over here looking fine and fabulous for 2 seconds.
I don't know. I thought it was going to turn into a West Side Story, and she had came all the way over here so they could tell her to stick to her own kind. I didn't know that she was going to send her back over there. I didn't know. It's the wealth of it all. First, we had to pull up, and it was Master William waiting at the door. I was like, and you really over there at the Hennessy's acting like you ain't never been nowhere and had nothing. Okay, fine. I say, Cheryl, look at Cheryl looking younger than Carrie. Cheryl look good. But then we get here, I thought we were about to have just like this really in-depth come to Jesus conversation. No, we got here and it was the mighty Quinn. Me cook you some saltfish and some ackee. You feel better, don't you? You feel good because I have to let you know that I'm Jamaican in the back. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I love the roots. I was like, okay, so we're getting ackee fish and oxtails and jerk. All right. Got some comfort food. Now we're gonna have a real conversation. Because what you doing sleeping with her husband? You know you're wrong. It was like, oh my, this is why I don't come home. This is why you came here in this lady phase. It was officer in the gym. I have nowhere else to go. I said, what the hell are you talking about? You don't have anywhere else to go, Carrie. What are you talking? I didn't have anywhere. I didn't know. I didn't have anybody else to turn to. She said, what's it me? When she walked in and she said, is that a shag or a bob? I'm confused.
Is it a shag?
She said, Said you're over there acting white. You're over there with your Caucasian hair. What is that? The shag or a bob? I'm confused, Carrie. Eleanor, what hairstyle is that? She's like, well, I needed a change, but we got there, and it's like I'm gonna confront you with some harsh truths. I'm assuming they had a conversation off camera, but you slept with that lady's husband. How did you think that was gonna help? But this is why I don't come home. This is why I stay away, Mom. This is why I don't talk to you. It's like, okay, well, let me get another approach. No, you needed to be confronted with some harsh truths about yourself. You needed some revelations. I thought that's what we came here for. But no, you wanted to be coddled and lied to again. No, we're not here to lie. If your mother's not going to tell you the truth, then who is? It's just like, yeah, this is why we have this disconnect in our relationship overall. And we're not here, Mom, because you're always trying to confront me with who I really am and how I'm acting out here in these streets. Girl, please. And then I thought, well, okay, we brought Cheryl Lee Raff here. She's still going to stand on business because, I need to know why you did that. Daughter, what's wrong? What's disconnecting with you inside to make you go over there and utter that this woman is your best friend and you love her, but at the same time, the moment she died, you slept with her husband? No,
I thought it was real.
not you, Mom.
I thought it was real.
I can't. I thought it was real. I thought what we had was real. I thought he loved. Yeah, whatever. Well, okay, fine. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do, baby girl. You go over there and you be with your friends. You got friends. You got friends. You don't need family. You go and you be with your friends. I said, what? What do you mean? Why would you send her back over there to be used and mistreated and possibly killed? Ma'am, I don't know whose mother this was, but this was supposed to be a stick to your own kind of conversation, or stick to your own a little bit more than you sticking over there because you're losing yourself. No, go over there and save Mary. Whatever.
It should have been. I was like, any Black mother would be like, stay away from them people. They had brought you nothing but terror and horror and death. Why would you go back over there? Dom, talk to me about Auntie being in the room. Mother, Cheryl Lee Ralph, and what you thought of this side quest.
The reveal when she stood around and it was Cheryl Lee, I was like, oh, this is a show I would rather have watched. It's just them two. And I guess you could bring Leslie Odom over, and just give me them being Black and rich, but change the last name from Boucher because that is stupid. But I was here for it. And then when she had the spread in the dinner scene, and I was expecting her to sit down and be like, now, Moesha, you know Uncle Frank has a temper. That's what I was like, what is this conversation that we having? And this was like Tyra said, this is supposed to be a mind our Black-owned business type of conversation. Let them white folks be white folks, and you stay from around there. And it was like, no, going back around there and finish what you started, because the Bouchers don't run from our problems. Like, that's not the tone that we set in here. But it was okay. Only because this was the best outfits Kerry Washington had all season. So she I guess when you go home to see Mom, you're not looking frumpy. You're just gonna walk this pixie and put the skirt and the jacket was cute. And so I was like, hey, at least you're not looking weird. But this was I think you needed Leslie Odom in this scene. It should have been a family discussion.
Nothing from Leslie this season. We just
Leslie on that boat. Leslie's like, y'all come see me on this boat when y'all done. But this was a nothing scene, like just like the courtroom scene. I mean, I guess you need a scene where Kerry Washington got a pick me up and got a battery in her back. You needed a functional, structural scene like that, and we had the budget for Cheryl Lee in this big old house to do it. But where does she live? Because she took a private jet to this island house and then like made a U-turn to go back to her friend. She like went right back. She didn't stay for a while. This is that because the courtroom is 4 days away. So she made a U-turn and went right back. She stayed for a long weekend. The time and travel in this show was weird. But it was fine. I was just looking at my clock like, we ain't at the end of this episode yet. That's what I was waiting for. But,
oh, Lord. Hey, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Ain't no way that woman would have locked in that house of security, at least for the night, if not for the optics alone, especially when she mentions the Hennessy family, because you know that family. I don't know why, But go back over there, because those are your real friends. Oh, that's your real family. Go back over there, Ellie. Like, didn't click for me, Steven. But of course, now this was supposed to be before, but of course, this is the slide where I need you as a witness. And of course, now we know that Bullseye is in custody, aka Scott. And I just wanted to sit this here because you're just a drunk loser. Like it's just only for me to revile him a little bit. I don't know if you guys wanted to chime in on this, but Robert was the most useless character of them all. Like I was like, of everybody here, you and Marcus.
This is important. This is when Robert said, I gotta convert Mary. Girl, you don't want a player like me? Girl, I'm Robert. Everybody wants some of this. He said, why did you always hate me, huh? Why was it never me? What was your problem? She's like, oh, I said, you can acknowledge this and see this about Robert, but you couldn't see nothing about Howard. Okay. It's just like, oh, like, well, you know, your hair's uneven. You never been anything. Everything you got, you didn't work for, was passed down to you. Like, you just, I didn't get the mystery. Like, I don't know, they were all hot in the trot all about you. Like, ugh. But if you have time, can you come on down and be a character witness for me? Say what? I think Robert is a weird one. I think his ego was bruised here in this scene. He was already down in the dumps. He already an alcoholic real bad. And so, what do you want? So, but you still, in the midst of everything going on with your dearly departed wife, Carrie, all of this, what was your problem? Like, why you didn't ever want the kid? You need some validation, Robert? Sober up. I don't know. This was sad. Her being here was sad.
World to me when he chooses Mary over Eleanor. Like, in what world does that even happen? Is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm black, Tom? Talk to me. I know you had a love-hate relationship with Robert.
No, it was just a hate. I just knew he wasn't a murderer. Like y'all was trying to say he was into some weird stuff. I just knew he was pathetic. He was just pathetic. Yeah, because I know a lack of ambition and lack of accomplishment when I see it. And my issue with his character is that for what? Like, for what is he still here? Like, I get that this is a show about the women. But to me, you don't put a character in the show, especially a primary character in the show, and they don't do anything. Like the way Elizabeth Moss character, the way Mary like pinpointed and broke down his every weakness and every chink in his armor, and then it just goes nowhere. Like, he doesn't change at all. We haven't seen him do anything with his daughter. Like not a month after my mother has died, I found you banging her best friend in the pool, and we haven't had a scene together since then. Like this character has gone nowhere. There's nothing. There's no arc for this character. There's no growth for this character. He's just there for us to say, yes, men suck. Like, the one man's murderer, one man is worthless, and men suck, which is fine. I don't have no problem with that. That's what I would expect of a FUBU women show. It's for us, by us, for women. I'm cool with men not being the primary focus and not being the heroes. I'm fine with that. But they got to be characters. They got to go on some sort of arc. It would have been, and we don't advocate for self-harm, but if he would just jump off a cliff because he's just so, down on his accomplishments, he can't see a way out, that would have been something. It would have been an arc. It would have been an arc down. But it would have been one. And I was just like, this is just a waste of screen time. And I'm ready to get it over with. I was so upset.
No, I thought we were doing something now. She was like, are you packing? Are you moving? I was like, oh, he's about to jump off the porch and be independent. He was like, no, I'm packing up some stuff in this room. So it can be a pottery room or something. I was like, okay.
I don't know. This, to me, I don't know. It just lacked for me, even in the writing, because in the early episodes, we get this scene with his daughter. I'm scared, Auntie Ellie. Will you stay with me? I don't want to be alone with him. And we never really got to understand why you were afraid to be alone with this man. What did Robert do? Like, I just feel like he was such a waste over here. I feel like whatever. So now we're over here in the Pinta, and we got to go put our eyes on him because we're going to be the ones to know if he did it or not. Not the police and their, investigation, but the two besties get to come and visit Bullseye in the Pinta, and we know immediately he didn't do this. He came in, she called him, he was trying to make amends for his essay of her when she was a young child. He was trying to make it right. And when he got there, he saw him taking something off of her hand and he ran off like a coward. I said, I thought, Scott, I was bullseye. I thought you were supposed to be an OG, triple OG assassin. But he gave none of that. He gave cowardly lion. He ran off. But that's why we saw him on the CCTV. He had nothing to do with the unaliving of Nancy ultimately. Dom, talk to me about Bullseye. He didn't do it. And why the besties got this privilege to go sit and really vet him out, because we'll know. If we sit with him, we're going to know if he did it or not.
Well, I mean, it's really heartbreaking. It's really touching. This was better than the Sixth Sense, better than anything M. Night Shyamalan. This was one of the greatest twists in cinematic history. I could not have seen this coming whatsoever. I just knew it was him. This was stupid. This was stupid, and I can't believe we wasted time trying to make it seem like it was Bullseye. It was not Bullseye. It was never Bullseye. It never even seemed like it could be Bullseye. And the fact that for us, the audience, it was never Bullseye, but also the characters in the show, the two main characters in the show, have to understand that they're wrong. Like their whole decision making goes with their emotions. Like, y'all don't have nothing, and he told you one good story, and now y'all believe him. And now y'all gonna go prove his innocence, and did. This scene was stupid. And I was like, I don't know why. I guess he knew something that we don't. The Bullseye knows what universe he's in, because in what world are you gonna call the two best friends as your Hail Mary to be like, this will get me out of jail. This will get it. The police and the entire city think I did it, and I killed this rich white lady. But my get out of jail free card is going to be these two hysterical women. Like, that makes no sense, but somehow it worked. So I guess he had a magic 8-ball. Even the story, and why is he here? Why narratively is like, because it didn't do anything for Nancy. Like, Nancy called it back, and it was this thing she was going through, but then she died. Like, we didn't see her go through any type of the emotional arcs in this show are nowhere. Like, none of these characters go anywhere, and it's frustrating because I'm like, why am I watching this episode? Because it's not a good murder mystery. It's not a good character study on what it's like to be a woman, unless you're telling me this is an authentic representation of what it's like to be a woman. Then I have not had as much sympathy for y'all as I should have. I am sorry that y'all got to be hysterical all the time. I am sorry on behalf of men. But other than that, this was a waste of time. I don't know how y'all gave this finale a 7, because I'm like, these so many wasted scenes.
We are not monoliths. There are, in fact, some women like this, but now do they all hang in groups of 3? I don't know.
Well, my thing is, when we watched that horrible show, 3 Women, there was at least a point in me where it was like, I know that there are women like that. I know that there are women like that. I know there are women like that. Like, these seem like real women in real life that are very different in different lives. And the choices they make are consistent with the character they've shown me up until this point. Like, even they make dumb decisions, they make decisions that are consistent with who you've shown me. This show, not even showing, it's just a collection of red herrings. Like, nobody in the show is a real character. They're either a collection of suspects or a collection of red herrings. That's all you've given me this for 8 episodes. And it's a waste of time. I want my money back.
Tyra, he didn't do it. Scott didn't do it.
This is just dumb. I don't know what this show wants to say about women, because I thought eventually, of course, with this being the last episode, we were going to get to Scott. But it's like the women are too incompetent to arrive to any conclusions on their own. And we're such an emotional wreck that we have to have him, who knows how much about Nancy, or, you know what, I'm going to call Eleanor, and I'll have the lawyer call Eleanor and reach out to Mary to get them here to protest to my innocence. But they can't even arrive to these conclusions on their own. And then we have to trick and manipulate, even when we're getting into Eleanor, for her to get here. It's at the behest of Cheryl Lee Raff. You know, singing does not put food on the table. Told you to come on down here to this BS. She told you to come on down here to this. And then Mary said, well, you know, I just we're gonna go because, and then as soon as we sit down, she wouldn't have asked you for help. She hated you. This was supposed to be a bigger moment for Nancy than anything. Like she was coming out of something before her death. But when we get here, it's like I was underage and you were wrong and how could you? Now what you're gonna do is go intimidate this Howard for me. Cause I need you to get him off of my back. I need you to go rough him up. Like, who goes to their abuser to ask them to rough up a current abuser to get them off their neck? And this one goes who was sleeping with her underage, giving her money, doing Lord and God knows what. I did it because I owed her that much. Because you would really give a damn, right? I didn't know what y'all wanted me to do with this. I didn't know.
After all of that, Nancy is still transactional. After 30 years of abuse, she's still treating every relationship just transactional. No growth.
I thought she called him up to confront him, like, yeah, you could, and then somehow he followed her, or it was something else to get him to the point that he was on the CTV. No, I was there at the behest of Nancy because I owed her that because I prayed on her, and now there's somebody else praying on her, and I'm going to get the prayer off of her as a predator that I am. Yeah. What?
Well, okay. Tyra, I will say this, being that you're covering Half Man, if you haven't watched Tyra's upload on Half Man, go over there. They're doing it the same thing over there, Tyra. It's done better.
It's different.
It's a predator that's attacking you, but also defending you. So, I mean, it could have been really good. Like, it could have been a dynamic, but I'm saying that it's the premise is the same, right? I have this person who's bullying me, but he ain't gonna let nobody else bully me either. I mean,
you just mean to tell me in 20 plus years, Nancy, you didn't have anybody else to call. This was the one person that you felt like, and it was like, well, Eleanor said no. I don't know what the hell you thought Eleanor was going to do anyway, but she said no. So with all the access and all the money that you have, you called him. Really? All right.
I'm going to say poor execution. Scott is not a thug, clearly. Clearly, he was just a predator. He was never one of them that was going to get it out the mud or get anybody bloody for her. So I don't know. But I mean, I get it in theory. Because again, I can conceptualize it because I feel like I just watched it in Half Man. I watched the same exact dynamic of abuser defend. That's not the same thing, Tyra?
Totally different, Ashley.
Girl, it's the same thing.
You got to get to the breakdown portion of my video of the moment that stuff had, go watch that and then come back.
Why you let him kidnap you, Mary? That's what I want to know. After all this is said and done, and you know Howard is a lunatic and he gets in and out of spaces creepily. You've known this man, like what you say, girl knew him since she was 16. Mary has known this man since she was in her PhD program. We're going to say she was early 20s to now almost 50, I'm assuming. And you don't know that this man would have rolled up on you in a hotel room. And I fear you opened the door, Mary. Like, I don't understand why I'm opening the door for anybody. Ellie is the only other person who's supposed to know where I'm at, and she got a key. Or if she didn't have a key, she'd go to that desk or she'd call me. So instantly, I'm like, okay, you have no situational awareness. You act like you don't know who this man is. I really wanted to know how in the world you let him kidnap you. And she's not a small girl. Like, you just let him snatch you out of here. Like I said, are you going to pinch him? Are you going to step on his foot? You don't have a weapon at your side. You know he's violent. I just really hated this. Tyra, how did she let him kidnap her? Like,
okay. You know what? Howard is a big fellow, okay? This is a tall, strong, strapping, white, bald gentleman, okay? The least I wanted Mary to do is look through the peephole. I was like, just check with everything going on. This is a high stakes situation. You already know that man's foot is on your neck, and we know that he is capable of murder. Like, you get your it went astray in the custody battle. He could roll up at any second. We don't know. So I want to at least double check. Or, a lot of the times in these scenarios, they'll have like code, like, okay, well, Mary, don't open the door. Eleanor, I'm going to roll up. When I do, I'm going to knock twice and then something. It was just like, oh, Eleanor, oh my God, it's Howard. I was like, whatever you get at this point, Mary, I don't even care. I don't even care because the way he came in there and snatched her up, it's just the escalation of it all. They would have us believe that Howard knows where multiple bodies are buried. It seems like if and at any moment that a woman rejected Howard, he tried to off them. Because he didn't hit the ex-wife, he pushed her down steps. Okay? We know where that could have led. So it seems like you have a pattern. And that makes me think that every woman that you came across that said, I don't want to be with you no more, I'm good, whatever, you tried to off them. This is first murder, death, kill. Huh? This is the first time he offed somebody. It's Nancy. I just really don't think so. Because the escalation to come up in here and kidnap her to try to stage a murder, what? A self-unaliving? That's where we at. This was wild to me. But girl, check the peephole. Lord, was that too much to ask for?
At the very least, because why are you opening doors? Dom, why is she opening doors?
Because she white. And I'm gonna say that for real. It's a cultural thing. When I was in high school, I went over to my white friend's house and I was the last one through the door. So I closed the door and just instinctively I hit the lock and locked the door. And their mama turned around and was like, look, guys, he locks doors. And I was like, wait a minute now. So this is just a cultural thing for her. She don't check people. I've never met a door that got knocked and has a peephole that I didn't look through instinctively. I could have been knowing my mama was coming. I'm still gonna look through the peephole because it's right there. That's what it's there for. You use the peephole because come on now. And you have a husband that you in your heart believe that he killed your best friend. You in your heart believe that he crushed up and fed your daughter Adderall to poison her just to get you out of there. Like he was willing to kill your daughter to get back at you. And you ain't on guard at all. My thing, but the kidnapping part, I also have a problem with Howard because this to me, and in my infinite wisdom of kidnappers and their psychology, it doesn't seem consistent with his behavior. All of his violent behavior has all been like sudden and impulsive. Like he pushed somebody down the stairs. It's so impulsive. When he killed Nancy, he was angry and he just pushed her. He wasn't trying to kill her. He just pushed her too hard. It's a sudden outburst. This is not the plan in person. This ain't a elaborate Ocean's 11 heist plan in person. That's not what he do. He get angry and then he does stuff. So why on God's green earth did he not try and kill her in the hotel room? Like why didn't he drag her to the bathroom? If you want to stage a slit wrist, the bathtub is right there. You could have sold the same story, putting her in the bathroom, but we needed time for the magical Negro to show up and save the white lady, and so we had to. I don't. So that was so stupid to me. Why did the poeticness
right back to the scene of the crime with Nancy?
Because, and I'm glad they cut it out because it would have been dumb to show me because it would have shown how dumb it is. You telling me that he kidnapped her and found a way to keep her quiet and took her big old tail and put her in a car that he put in the trunk? Like, what? How did he keep her quiet and motionless all the way to the bridge and drug her down to the dead zone
with a butcher knife?
With a butcher knife.
Yeah.
But didn't take the time to take her phone out of her pocket. I don't like. So she was in the car this whole time with her phone in her pocket. Like now I need to see the sequel. How did you kidnap her? Did you just carry her to the place?
He ain't carry her nowhere. He ain't carry her nowhere.
Yeah, I know you carried nowhere. But she had her phone in her pocket the whole time. You couldn't sneak a dial. Y'all don't share locations.
Now.
I'm saying you don't share locations with your friends. This is Apple TV. That's another issue. This is Apple TV, where Apple has contractually obligated that villains can't use iPhones in movies. So they are serious about their product, but you're not gonna have the one time an Apple feature is gonna come in handy in life. You're not gonna have nobody use it. This is 2026. You didn't have to find my phone for 10 years and don't nobody use it. I'm sorry. This was a clown show of an episode.
Poor Marcus. He was in there calling him. I think my mom's in debt. I was like, he took the knife off the wall. He said, I don't have time for this. I think that the issue becomes, I think when characters become convoluted is when they don't stick to the character that they were presented to be. He is supposed to be this professor, this lofty man with all of these high ideals and all of this intelligence. And he's moving like an imbecile out here, like just really slow and sloppy. And so it just really, for me, doesn't click. It doesn't resonate at all. And Bridget, Rosario, I look through the peephole. I look through my ring my ring camera. I look through people anytime I hear something outside the front door.
Hey man, Bridget, are you Caucasian or some other ethnicity? Because we check the peephole. If there just happens to be an old ass door and there is no peephole, you're peeking through the blinds because I'm gonna check to see who's out there. Like we need to know. If y'all just want black people to be paranoid and us to have that on us, then we are, because we're checking every time.
I want to know in the chat who looks through the people. I look to this day, and blame it on being a latchkey kid, I guess. Because who
don't open that door for nobody? If I got a key. So if the door needs to be open, I'm going to come through with my key. Do not open my doors for nobody. If somebody do knock, you check the peephole.
Okay.
And I lived in the area with a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, so it's all this knocking. Yeah. we gotta see who at the door, so we know how to be quiet, so they walk away. Like the Jehovah's Witnesses and police, when they knock at the door.
First of all, you're privileged, John. Because first of all, is that Rent-A-Center? Nobody say nothing. People, is it Rent-A-Center? They come to take Mama's couch. They come to take Big Mama refrigerator. Nobody say nothing. Check the peephole.
But yes, I still do. I check the peephole. I drop it in the chat if you check the peephole.
Well, now I check the ring camera. Yeah,
and I have the ring camera now. Yeah, same. Blink rather. Let me give me some money, Blink. Can I get an affiliate link? Like, damn it. Anyway, easing on down the road. Of course, now we get the playback. Howard did it. They were out there. He pushes her up against the wall. But it was over after that, and he took his clotter ring and went on about his bald-headed business. So, and like I said, it just felt so anticlimactic. But so now we're out there at the same site. He's dragged Mary out there, as Dom said, as big as she is. He dragged her out there.
I love the little small.
Says, listen, this is gonna be but you're gonna take yourself out, right? We're gonna make it look like that with this kitchen knife, and yeah, we're gonna make this happen. So let me just get you over to this place that I want you, this designated place, because we're gonna talk this out. I'm not just gonna take action. We're gonna have a whole long dialogue about this before it actually happens, and then I'm gonna cut you, ho. I'm gonna cut you because she got slick. Let me call Eleanor. Oh, it's a dead zone. I said the right words at the right moment, so Ellie got it. Dead zone. That's where the investigator took us. I'm going to be there. I'll save you. And so we get to wrestling on the floor. He stabs her with the knife, and now I'm choking her. Now I'm choking this hoe. And next thing I know, I'm thinking to myself, I said, play dead. Play dead. Play dead. If you watch any of the old school movies we're coming to you, when the people are coming to get you, you got to play dead. Because then they stop. Then they get their satisfaction. They get busy doing other stuff. I said, Mary, just play dead. And so she lays there, and I said, well, maybe she's doing it too good. Maybe she really is dead. Soon as that happens, Ellie pops up, and it's attack the black woman. I never liked you, ho, anyway, so you can get this work. And he's beating the brakes off her. He slams her down. He's on top of her getting it. I said, oh, Lord, he going to kill both of these imperfect women. I said, they were all imperfect women. And so Mary pops up from the dead, honey. She gets them, and it's I said, girl, you're going to jail. I said, you can't keep stabbing him. You can't. I said,
you go to jail.
I said, you got to get the kill stab, and you got to back up off that. You got to back up, because the more you do it, it looks crazy. I said, she's going to go 13, 14, 15 times. You're going to jail. Dom, Mary got up again. She got up. She rose. Talk to me.
These imperfect children.
We fall down. This was hilarious. This is where I was hard on Howard. I was hard on Howard, and I want to say that this is consistent with Howard's character. I want to say, because he is overly poetic, and he's overly has an overinflated sense of self, and he likes to do the romantics and the Romeo and Juliet. And he likes to make all these illusions and allegories. So him making this, thinking he could have this elaborate plan, and then make it all tie together, makes sense for his stupid self. But the problem is that is disgusting.
You know, Dane is her son, Dom.
I know.
First of all, don't make me cuss you out on this live. Don't acknowledge my son. Don't do that. If I want to kiss my son's nose, that's my business. Just because you throw animals out the pasture, that's yours. Okay?
That was a Deadpool dog for, all intents and purposes. That was a Deadpool dog.
Yeah, we can get off my dog. But so him being, I just think that we missed the opportunity. We missed a lot of opportunities with this show. But there could have been a cool way to do David's character where he was this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of situation, where he was like the calm, cool, collected professor, but he was like a really menacing person and saw his switch and all that type of stuff. We just dropped the ball. And that's why I think they should have waited. They should have waited to tell us who died. Then they should have waited to tell us who the killer was. This could all have been layered very interestingly. But it was just kind of run of the mill. And the book, and I know people be saying the book is better. It has to be. It has to be. There's no choice for it to be better because this show's so bad. So for you to write a book and get it published and then get it picked up for a TV show, it has to be better than this. And it was, but it was fine. I mean, Mary being, it was almost, and then her name is Mary, and she coming back from the dead, and then she trying to fight for her kids. I felt like there was some like religious symbolism you could have played with there if you really wanted to.
She was dressed in white.
She was because she was dressed like a pilgrim this whole episode, and there was just nothing there. You find making Eleanor look like a mammy. You find with that symbolism, but this was fine. I don't know. I was so sad for the car. I was like, you didn't hit that big old bald man with this nice car. You messed up that car. Then you're gonna get a defender for that. It's gonna be expensive.
She got it. She taking private jets left and right. She has no issue with the bread, Dom. She gonna get it fixed and ease on. Tyra, Mary got up. She got up out her grave clothes.
I was over it. I was over all of this. The continuity issues with Howard in that Marvel and Infinity Stone ass push that he gave Nancy against that wall. And then when you see Scott in his POV, I'm like, did you clean the wall and stage her body and face the water and took the ring? Like, when did you have time to do all of that? Whatever. By the time we get here, and Mary's supposed to be smart now, and I'm going to use my wits because I'm a mastermind and manipulate you in this moment because I'm stronger than yesterday. Now there's nothing in my way. I'm Britney Spears. Say, Mary, please. Mary, this is not that. You're still just as slow. And the fact that you can even manipulate, well, what do you mean? The detective was coming? Yeah, so you should actually just let me call Eleanor because it's all down from here, buddy. He was like, I was like, what? You're already standing here like a fool with this butcher knife. And then we happen to get enough to dial up Eleanor, drop the phone, and also drop, the dead zone. Oh, I see what you're putting down. Let me get on over there so I can save Mary's life. It was the drop to the knees. And it was like, yeah, Nancy, you thought Nancy was whatever, and I was the weak one, but I wasn't. And she got up like, parkour. I've been taking lessons at the Y on Saturdays. I said, what is this? What is this? You've been taking secret self-defense classes.
She been training with J-Lo for enough.
Then we do all of the extra semantics for no reason. The knife and just the fight of it all, just with Howard's stature and her being tied at the wrist. It was just stupid. It was just stupid. Like, if we're gonna duke it out, at least have her get free to try to defend, because he should have had the upper hand. There should have never been a moment where he was, you're knocked out, really, Howard, with your big ass. No, we have to wait. And then we're this close to choking her out, and Eleanor rolls up with the car. I say, what? What? I thought she was gonna let her kill. I was like, ooh, if y'all kill Eleanor, I'm over. Forget this show. Forget it. this was all just very circumstantial. But when she was like, I'm like, okay, so we're gonna have a little self-defense plot here. I stabbed him because he was attacking me and Eleanor. Yeah, gone and prepared to do life in prison. And it was like stab, 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 stab. I said, girl, they already didn't believe you when y'all partially had a little bit of evidence. Not to look like y'all set this whole thing up just to kill Howard and y'all had some vendetta. You need him alive. We need him. We need him alive, Mary. Like I guess, but if y'all want me to believe that Mary's been taking lessons down at the Y, you did a good job.
I was watching that when I was like, it looked like Mary stabbed herself in the shoulder and then stabbed Howard, and they set this up. I was like, y'all go to jail.
Nobody calls the police. Nobody calls the police in this universe.
But I'm assuming all went well, because the next thing we see, our girl Ellie is on a yacht named Nancy with her black man, which I was very shocked about. Age appropriate black man at that. And I said, okay, sister, this picture, she don't look happy, y'all, but I didn't screenshot the image. She's happy and free, right? You know, she's happy and free. She's not attending them children's birthday parties because I don't have to. I'm building my own life with my own black man on this yacht named Nancy, and we're going to ride her into the sunset. Tyra, is Ellie happy and free in her new life? And is she removed from Mary and the drama of it all?
I just say, y'all didn't give a damn about Eleanor this much. We had her have that situation with Robert was like, you don't want the kid. I know what this really about, girl. You mad because you ain't getting it. No, Robert. I need to go and be honest because I owe that to her as like auntie type energy. We didn't even get to see the conversation. We get to hear the conversation.
No.
We just skip over it. And Robert's like, yeah, I know this because I'm taking away all it is. It's like, this is finally not about you, Robert. This is about me. Get some help, my boy. And then we have her on the yacht popping bottles with a black man. Stick to your own kind. All right. She said, I'm over here with the blacks. I'm with the blacks. Gotta be a black man. Well, if we want it to be happy, then let's just let it be happy. But are we going to keep the same energy if Mary is over there with Robert? Who knows? I'm hoping it's not that, but I thought we at least deserve to hear the conversation with the daughter. No.
No. They said, no, you don't get that. Dom, is Ellie happy and free? Is this the perfect ending for Ellie?
Well, I got a question. Was that the same black man from like episode 2 that we ain't seen since then?
No, he's just been gone. He's gone.
You know, she played in his face. He was.
Oh, this is a different new black man that we've never seen before.
Yeah, he was inconsequential. Nobody cared about him.
Yeah. He don't have a name. He was black man on the boat. That's all.
So why Kerry Washington be doing it? I be trying to defend, I be trying to support, but you be playing in these black men's face. The black dude from Scandal that you played in his face, and then now you just play these toys and play things. I would like it better if you just went full Zoe Saldana and just be like, I'm just not doing the black men thing. I'm just gonna stick with the white man. I know black. I know black. I would rather you just give it up. Just give up the chocolate altogether. If you just don't use me as pawns.
She got a new wig, Dom, on the boat. Did you like the wig on the boat?
I did not like the wig. Oh, on the boat, yeah, it was fine. It was fine.
I did not like the wig on the boat.
Because I did. Well, because when we zoom up, when we find out we on the boat called Nancy, I was like, all right. And then we see that it's Kerry Washington on the boat. I'm like, oh, her and Robert on the boat. And then it's like, it's just the niggas. Like, it's just the black folks on the boat named Nancy. Like,
it's a boat party for the blacks.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I like these things in separated. Like, if you gonna have a boat named Nancy, fine. All y'all got money, that makes sense. And you got black people on the boat living their black life, that's fine too. But the black family on a boat named Nancy, that's weird to me because I don't know this lady. And I just and we've established that you don't really got your own money. This is the family's money. And I just don't want to get on a boat named Nancy. I'm not just taking back mimosas on Nancy. I'm not doing that. And then, Leslie Odom, I'm not shagging nobody under Nancy. Like in the bowels of Nancy, I'm not doing that. This is just weird to me. This is just and it seemed like they would set up a season 2 for who? Unless you're gonna do a spinoff, unless you're gonna do like a Greenleaf of just that family, and they're gonna be on their own adventure. I know, but if that's what you
Because what the hell is this?
Ugh.
That's what I said. I said, why are we doing parties at Robert's house? I said, what does this mean? And it was like the knowing look back and him bringing out the cake and we're lighting the candle. And then when I walk off into the sunset, I said, June, if you don't get your ass out of these people's house with your children, are y'all hunching? I didn't like this. And then he's got this oversized college varsity sweater that really pisses me off. Over here, what are you doing with your life? I said, so Oho, you really wanted to be Mrs. Hennessy. This is what you wanted all the time. You wanted the house, my money, my man, and my mansion, Tyra. Dom, this is what the spinoff was going to be. This is going to be Eleanor pissed off because I wasn't good enough, and you went and got homemade Fran and moved her into your house and her children, Artemis Fowl and the like. What is this about, Dom? Talk to me, because I said,
Well, let me tell you, if we had started the show, if we had watched episode 1, episode 2, and then you spoiled it for me, and you said the last scene in the show is going to be this, I would have been like, oh, this show's going to be great, because we're going to see June manipulate everybody and put all this stuff in together, put her husband in jail, get Eleanor out the picture, she's going to orchestrate all of this to get with her obsession. She's going to get this man and take Nancy's life. That would have been, I was like, get the Emmys together now. Get the Emmys together now, because Elizabeth Moss got it. But this, why are we here? How did we get here? And this is a cutscene from a different show. Like this, like Joel Kinnaman and Mary having a joint birthday party or being at the. First of all, I don't understand how the daughter, the college age daughter, is okay. Like, okay, I guess she's just okay now. We didn't have to see her heal or talk to her dad. We didn't see none of that. She just okay. And then you having a birthday party at this house where we just had a conversation. The last time we saw you two together, we laid out why we don't like each other. We just laid it all on the table why I don't like you and why I don't think you're a man. You're the sum total of everybody else's expectations. It's a crazy thing to say to a grown man. Don't you ever darken my doorstep again. Like, I don't understand how we got here from where we started. Like I said, this would have been a great way if this was all part of June's plan. But do we just fall into this? It makes no sense whatsoever.
Tyra, what the hell is this? And is this where the storyline would go for a season 2?
I just wanted them to really live in the fantasy. And as soon as she looked and turned to Robert, I just wanted them to cue the music. My man, my man, my man, my baby, my baby. Get me down. Well, it was like, yeah, come on, Mary. Why she still look homely? Fulfill the fantasy. If y'all gonna go over here and make me believe, like, draw me in. I was like, ooh, this would be so fly if they had Mary looking homely as hell, giving Pilgrim #2 off season just to come here like, oh, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait. You were biding time to really take this lady's life, and she's all decked out over here with Robert. I was saying, oh, I knew it was you, ho. No, she's still all offered. Like, she's still looking real offered. Like, I thought the makeover would have really been over here. This, they just didn't do it right. Like so much else in the show, they didn't do it right. Like, are you making? I think that it could have been just really, really good, because I don't know for how many episodes we thought it was Mary. Like, it's Mary. So if you can come here and manipulate it in a way to where she was really trying to etch and get Howard to a point of like, well, I know him so well. I was pretending all of these years that I didn't know who my husband was, but if I know my husband, then I know how he could be towards women, and he could eliminate Nancy, and I could do this, and I'm going to cross this, and then Eleanor and blank, and now I can really get what I want. Robert, maybe I just really want this lifestyle, and Robert is just maybe a plus. Because when she was all of this, you're a shell of a man of a piece of nothing. She's like, you got your Kennedy thing going on, like you're handsome or whatever, like you're not bad looking. But I just never saw what they saw. They didn't do it right. She was supposed to be decked down to the nines. Why she still look like Molly the maid? I don't know.
Yeah, and then if she was the one, it was like, all right. And it manipulated to where, like, she got me out my fucking, she's going to inspire me to be my own man. And then that's why they got together. All right, cool, because he's weak and spineless, so he needs somebody to put a battery in his back. I would have been fine with it, but that's a different show. That's not the show we watched for 7 episodes.
Well, they was doing everything else. Just gone and throw that in there. Y'all ain't it has not been continuity all this time. Like, well, don't make it an issue now. Just do it.
Just do it. But I mean, that's how it ended. And you know what we do? We've been doing it all season. So I said, why not? One final round of rapid fire questions. Chat, chime in. We want to hear from you. I'm going to start with you, Tyra. Howard killed Nancy. You saw it coming, or you were genuinely shocked by this reveal?
Oh, yeah, we saw that. We saw that coming a very long time ago. Yeah,
we did, but then we thought it was gonna be Mary, you know.
But then they do this in the end. Like I thought it was at least gonna be Mary manipulating this in their favor, or they were in cahoots in some way. Like, but it's really lackluster for it to just be Howard. I wanted Nancy to be in there. I felt like they didn't do a good job lacing the threads to go well. Even though it looks like this, Mary still could have played a part. We can't do that with just her turning and looking into the camera. Like, what are we gonna do with that?
I would have loved it if she had been proven to be a full-on master manipulator. Dom, you saw it coming, or you were genuinely shocked by the Howard reveal?
I was genuinely shocked that this show could have been predicted by like red pill content, like somebody who was like, oh, shit. Oh. Sorry, but a show about all women, and the villain is what? The straight white man. Like that's like, oh no, that is the show actually. Yeah, so genuine shock.
Nancy called Scott for protection from Howard. Does that change how you see her? Yes or no, Dom?
Nancy called Scott for protection. No, it doesn't, because she's the same 14-year-old thought pocket that she was. Sorry, you shouldn't say that about kids, but she's still suffering. She's still suffering from the same trauma, and she never overcame it. That's a better way to put that.
Tyra, yes or no? Does that change how you viewed Nancy?
No, poor thing. No, she's suffering from some type of arrested development. She's the same Nancy.
Absolutely. Eleanor hitting Howard with the car. Iconic or way too much, Tyra?
Iconic. Why you?
I guess those are the only two. Those are the only choices. I have to go with iconic because we were trying to save Mary's life, so it was iconic.
It was an icon living. Dom, was it iconic or too much?
Calling something iconic that I'm gonna forget about next week is crazy. But it wasn't too much. It was a little much. She could have just called the police.
Mary killing Howard in self-defense, justified, or did she go too far? Dom?
Mary killing Howard. I'm trying because the names. I'm trying to get everybody's names right.
Mary.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah. Somebody had to. Yeah, kill him. Uh-huh. I'm glad Eleanor stopped him on stab 16, so we didn't catch a case for it. But yeah, go and kill him.
Yeah, she should have been under the jail. Tyra, justified, or did she go too far with the
turn into stab part 5? I was like, what is going on? It's too far at this point because now it's like, yeah, I need all of these chapters closed. Not even Howard needs to be alive because I'm trying to get over here. Because it was like super overkill. I felt like she was trying to accomplish something. I don't even want him rotting away in jail or trying to get up and have some type of defense. No, he needs to die. It's perfectly staged, but we don't know that because they didn't say nothing.
They didn't. Eleanor accidentally tanking Mary's custody case in court. Forgive or unforgivable, Tyra?
Excuse me, maybe accidentally. It looks like that lady gave what she got. The defense didn't give anything. Like, I went with the questions that were asked. I answered them, and then there was no cross-examination. She was not that public defender. I don't know.
Why? No, I didn't know about that. No, she's a great mom. She's a mom. Mom. Dom, forgivable or Tyra, you didn't answer. Was it forgivable or unforgivable?
I mean, it's forgivable. Look what you want me to do. You got that public defender, that city defender up in here.
Dom.
No, I don't like this question. Objection, leading the witness. No, because somebody was going to ask the question regardless of who was sitting in that stand, And I'm not. We already established that we're not friends, so I'm surely not finna perjure myself for you. That was not finna happen. I mean, you the one who left the kids at the gas station. If next time, don't next time leave them at racetrack so they can get them something to eat. Don't leave them at a playpen or McDonald's or something. Don't leave them at the gas station. That's your bad motherhood.
Hey, thank you so much again for a $4.99 super chat. Side note, we're on the request line. This is my plea that y'all review Widow's Bay. I just happen to have a screeners for Widow's Bay. So I'm definitely going to be watching it. Y'all, if you know me, you know I love Matthew Rhys down bad. So I'm definitely going to check it out. It's labeled as horror though, like, so I'm really nervous about it, but I'm gonna check it out. I don't know, are you guys watching it? Dom, Tyra, are you planning on watching Widow's Bay?
I have no.
I also have a screener for it.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what
that is. But me and comedy have I'm not too big. I'm not a big comedy person, so yeah, we'll see. I'll watch the first episode and then we'll see.
But it's horror too. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I like my genres. Yeah, and I like my genres to pick a lane. Either be this or be that. I'm not a big blended person.
Okay. Eleanor on a yacht named Nancy. Perfect send-off or too cutesy, Dom?
I'm not naming a boat after somebody that wasn't my friend. Like it was too much. It was too much. It was overkill. Name a dog, or name a cat named Nancy. Name the plaque for Nancy that they had. That was great. That's perfect. Memorialized forever. But I don't want to dry. I don't want to go chasing waterfalls on Nancy. That's not what I want to do. The plaque was fine.
Tyra, perfect send off.
Shoot off a round of 16s in her honor. Play the bagpipes. We're not naming this, but I gotta get on this boat forever. No, for what? Y'all wasn't even that deep. Y'all wasn't even that deep. It was like in her honor, in her memory. Y'all didn't even like each other like that. Please stop lying. You're still lying in death. Please, the lady dead.
Overall series, top 5 of the year, or has it been overhyped? Tyra?
Why do you do this? No, completely overhyped. There was no top 5. This ain't even top 10. It's somewhere right underneath.
Have we watched 10 shows this year so far?
It don't matter. It don't matter. I've been watching a whole lot of stuff that shows past, future, present. This is not in the top 5 of anything. No.
Dom,
you so funny for this. This is not the top 5 show I've been watching in April. Like, no, absolutely not.
All right, and you guys are not participating.
And who's hyping it? Overhyped. Who's hyping this show? I ain't seen one advertisement for this show.
Girl, Dom, they love it. The people love this show. They've loved it since day one. You should go on the TikTok. They love Imperfect Women down bad. People.
No, this is like when your kid has a recital and everybody there is clapping really enthusiastically. Yeah, because y'all all got kids here. It's not the symposium. Yeah, that doesn't mean it was good.
Everybody gets a trophy. Everybody gets an award, participation award.
Yeah, everybody who loved the show was a part of the crew. No.
Mary and Robert's ending, friendship, or is this something more? Dom, what is that? Friendship or something more? Are they hunching?
Yeah, Robert putting her through the mattress. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%.
Is Robert putting anybody through a mattress?
I don't know.
That was the one good thing about him and Nancy's marriage is that they were very
sexual. I thought she was just bobbing and weaving. I don't know. Tyra, Mary and Robert's ending, friendship, or are they hunching?
Robert gotta hit that. He ain't just throwing parties for it. Girl, please. You just care about Nancy. You care about her so much that you care enough about her friend to, in her memory, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing right by Mary and throwing parties and get-togethers for her kids on their birthdays. And what? He ain't doing that. He hitting it.
Val, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. The writing on this show is horrible, but I enjoyed this time with y'all, and we enjoyed this time with you guys. Thank you so much for coming through and supporting all of the lives. And like I said, there is the potentiality for a season 2 if it comes back. Tyra, are you watching a season 2 of this?
Absolutely, because I want to know what they're gonna do. I want to know. There's no real room and opportunity for a season 2, and a lot of the times, because you'll have like a really good show that was a limited series, and it's like, oh, you got over there paradise and jumped all kind of sharks. What are you doing over here? It's too much. You should have left it. It was perfect the way it was. But this is just so incompetent already. How are you going to get over there? Like, it might be better because now the launching pad, the bar is in hell. So yeah, I'm gonna go over there and watch it.
It can only get better. Dom, would you come back and watch a season 2?
I would, because like Tyra said, it could be better, and because it has. I hate shows that have a limiting title. Like, it's a title where it's like, well, you can't change too much. Like, I love Madam Secretary, and it's like, dang, she could never be vice president because then the show wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You can. Emily in Paris was great when she went to London, but she got to get back to Paris because it's Emily in Paris. So I just. Imperfect Women is such a broad total that the show could really go anywhere. And so, sure. And Elizabeth Moss been show hopping since Handmaid's Tale. She ain't found out. She got 2 cancellations, so she needed a home. She needed a TV home.
Well, she was on Testaments the first couple episodes, and she's EPing and not now, and I think also directing. I think she's kind of getting behind the camera, but
give me Invisible Man too if you just need something. But
Gwen says, can you guys review Your Friends and Neighbors? I actually have a recorded review of episodes 1 and 2 of Your Friends and Neighbors, but I think I'm just going to wait to do a full season review. I love that show. I love it. I have a good time over there with John Hamm, honey, being a criminal. And James Marsden was the perfect addition. He is a lunatic. I love
his energy is such a great for the show.
It really is. But you guys, that was the Imperfect Women of it all. Dom, I'm going to give you the floor. Let people know where they can find you and what you got going on.
What's up, man? It's Cinematic Pain on all the platforms. Come over to TikTok and watch everybody try and fight themselves over how right I am with my opinions. We was talking the Michael biopic and the cinematic masterpiece that is. And we got some movies coming up, so we're gonna be talking about everything. We still talking about the Mummy over there and that cinematic masterpiece. So come on over, Cinematic Pain. We're gonna get to it.
Awesome. Tyra, anything you want to let people know you got going on?
Yeah. Go watch my uploads, y'all. I have uploads up for The Testaments, Euphoria, From, getting into what's the show name, Ashley? Half Man. Go and check those out, please. I would definitely appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Yeah.
I said, oh shucks. I'm late.
And don't forget, we have it live right after this, The Testaments. Yeah. So make sure you are there for that because we have a lot to talk about. But thank you guys for being here. Thanks for supporting the season. Dom, thank you for coming through and hanging out with us for this entire season of Imperfect Women. We will see y'all in the next something. Have a great night.